Hope you guys are having a great weekend as we do every week. This is our weekly watch list video highlighting the 5 stocks we are watching for this week. First one being Shopify, second one Roku, third one Netflix, fourth one Tesla, and then the fifth one Meta. Hope you guys enjoy, and if you do, hit that thumbs up button. Thank you. So getting things started for those of you who have watched our prior videos, the first thing I'm going to be doing is going to be breaking down S&P 500, which I'm going to be using the SPY, which is the S&P 500 ETF. What we have seen here from the daily chart is you can see we're in basically this consolidation zone here. We tried breaking below this consolidation zone here on Friday, which was below this region here at 406, and you saw those buyers were aggressive down here at this 404 area, pushing this higher here, trading some higher volume than we have seen within the past week. Basically consolidation, waiting for the market to break out. We got a false breakdown here, into this 404 area, and then immediately reclaiming here with buyers to the upside here. Now what I want to see, let's zoom out, to the weekly chart here, is we're still in this double inside weekly chart here. And really what a double inside weekly chart means here are two inside bars of consolidation that engulf this big candle here that we had high volume on. So you can see the volume push up here, two inside bars here without much direction. Now let's see if we can clear above this candle high here into 414 for that move up into 420 plus, or from a weekly chart perspective, if we do crack this 404 area, it would not surprise me to see that sub 400 run here. But again, double inside bar consolidation here on low volume, which is good for a trend continuation. Now let's watch for the confirmation. Personally watching above this 414 area for that upside move. One thing to note, this weekly candle chart that is going to be forming, very likely to have lower volume simply because there's only 4 trading days. Again, the market is closed on Monday and you have one less trading day. You can expect to see less volume here. But again, 414 to the upside or sub 400 or 404 for that sub 400 move here. Going into the hourly chart here, you can see we're in a pretty balanced market here. Not much movement here. The main level that I see is in this 408 area. And where we get that is this reject here. Nice breakthrough here. And then when we come back, test pre-market, hold here. And then we finally broke below, acts as a resistance, acts as a support, and then it acted as resistance here on that Friday pre-market. So going to be heavily watching this 408 area for either a reject or a continuation above up into this 410, and then that key level being on the weekly chart at that 414 area here for the upside. Now, the first play of the week is going to be one that we've had on watch a couple times, but really an interesting setup here on Shopify. So what happens here is you get the earnings gap down here on high volume, which is expected. We get this move up here into this 47 area, reject lower here, and then a continuation sell-off with 1.15x volume here. The main thing that I would want to see is a bounce reject here at 45.29 to fill this gap move down here into 42. So not going to chase this extension to the downside. I want to see a bounce and then a reject in this zone right here. So let's highlight it here. So basically a bounce, reject in this area here, and then continuation sell-off down here into this 42 area gap fill, which was this area from back here at the beginning or the end of January, So gap up, earnings gap down here, trading high volume, day 2 follow through, watching this 45.29 reject for that 42.03 gap fill area from back here. Now, the second play of the week, it's going to be one that had a nice earnings and really an earnings strength within the sector. TTD, another one in the similar sector that was moving in tangent with Roku, that had some strength. It was an earnings gap up into a day 2 move from what looks like a strong rejection. So if basically looking at this from a price action perspective, everyone's like, okay, we reject the highs here, this long wick at the high here. We're going to short this. This is weak. It obviously traded high volume from earnings. But what's contradicting to that is here on Friday, we had relative strength compared to the market. We had 2x volume here, and buyers were still holding up the 68.27 area and moving that to the upside. So we tested near the lows from the 216 earnings gap up, tested again from what looked like would be a breakdown down into 63, and then buyers came in with aggression here, pushing this back up here to this level. As for what I'm watching, if we do break above this 73.65 area, I do think we test up into that 77.25 area. That's going to be the level to watch here. Want to see it hold above this 73, 75 area, 74 area for that continuation move up into 77 plus here on the daily chart here. Now, as for an hourly chart here, nice earnings gap up. You can see we tested right into 77, reject. Now we're forming this consolidation with that 68.27 area still holding strong. You can see how well we held it here too on the pre-market here on Thursday after the earnings. Held it here. Now it's a very strong support level. Watching this 73, 75 area, 73 and 75 cents area for this move up into that 77.30 area above. Now, the third play of the week, similar sector, one that we've seen some strength on lately and a lot of consolidation as of recent, going to be Netflix. Now, not trading any abnormal amount of volume that I would personally like to see, but what I see here is a consolidation breakdown into buyers stepping up and trying to reverse this after trapping the shorts. What exactly do I mean by that? Everyone sees this consolidation here. What are they going to do? They're going to set their stop loss at the lows of this consolidation here. What happens? We trigger these stops, crack the low here from 213, and then reverse back higher. Now, why this isn't an ideal setup is we weren't trading any volume on this reversal. It doesn't show any conviction from the buyers as the volume was not very heavy. Had we had higher volume and conviction here, then it would be a better setup here. A low volume, trying to trap those shorts, reversal here. Eyeing the long back over 355 area for that 367.23 move here above. As for support area, this 336.80 level going to be a very strong level here. That's where we rejected back here on 113, gapped up on volume post earnings, pull back into this area and continuation higher. So selling pressure, watching this 336.80 area for a bounce. Watching this bear trap here, essentially trapping these lows, reversing, want volume to confirm over that 355 area for a continuation move. The fourth one that I'm sure a lot of you guys have had on watch, and it's going to be Tesla. And you get a nice move here on Tesla off the lows, basically a 100% increase from this 101 low. Now we're testing into this 208 area, and what we got here was a false breakdown here on quite heavy selling pressure here, not anything abnormal like this gap up here, but we got some selling pressure here on 216. You can see the difference between buyers and sellers here, a heavy selling day here above this 208 area. Now what happened is we filled back into this 200 area where we struggled to break. We tried to push back down, hold here, and then now we tested it above. If we do go in here on the 5-day, 5-minute, right into this 200 area, into that afternoon session rally. Watching it above this 208 area for a trade back up into this 220 region above here on the daily chart here. On that 200 hold, it fills back in here, and then we get this nice bullish strength and close on strength here on Friday. Eyeing this one for a long potential over that 208.91 area here to the upside. The fifth one that has been a nice setup off the prior weekly watch list video, which we said was watch for the 180 bounce reject here on Meta. What happened here? 180 bounce reject here on 213, bounce reject here on 214, and continuation lower here. Now, we did get a little bit of strength here on low volume here on Friday, but eyeing this one to fill down into this 168.80 area, which was this gap move that we had back here from 912. I do think we can test down into this level with 180 obviously being the strongest resistance level above, but I do think we can test down here, draw some liquidity on this 168.80 area. That would be the potential here on this move, which would basically just be a continuation sell-off here into that 168.80 area. With that being said, that wraps up our 5 plays of the week. If you did enjoy this video, if you could please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, it would be greatly appreciated. If you are interested in checking out our team, feel free to check out SimplifiedInvesting.com today. We would love to have you guys on board. Hope you guys have a great extended weekend and look forward to trading with you all on Tuesday. Thank you.